Hey guys, Rad Rev Rob here. So more people are starting to come forward. People's stories need to be heard. Now we've got the former videographer for Solid Rock who's come forward. We've got the elder that was on the pastoral team who's come forward. And now we've got the bassist from the worship team at Solid Rock Church who has come forward. And you know, guys, honestly, some of these guys, they literally believe they're above the law. They believe they're above all this stuff, and they believe it's the will of God. The bassist shares in a Facebook post that I guess Pastor JP was not supposed to be preaching that Sunday morning that Mike had died. He went ahead and decided to do it anyway. And then they had a scheduled band practice for worship on Wednesday night. And when he arrived at that worship practice, he said, JP said to him, allegedly said to him, and I quote from what he says, "This will all blow over within 2 weeks' time." Like the death of his wife will just blow over within 2 weeks' time. And then he went on to say this is all just a big attack from the devil, something like that, allegedly. I'm so grieved because I've heard this stuff before, not from him, but elsewhere. For almost 12 years, I sat under a man like this. And I trusted him, and I carried his Bible, and I believed the best about him, and I fought for him, and I believed all the excuses that he gave me when I would see things, and I'd try to bring it up, and he'd either say, oh yeah, you're right, we're going to change it, and then he wouldn't change it, or he would just give me some excuse as to why things had to go that way. And after numerous adulterous affairs and finding out all kinds of horrible things, he got remarried, of course, to the person he was having an affair with. And the whole world trusted this charismatic leader, that you'd probably know his name if I said it, to restore this guy back to ministry. This is like restoration number, like what, 7 or 8? He called them all the dark nights of the soul. He had all these dark nights of the soul, and it became all about him, and it was all about a demonic attack against his life and against his calling. And he was the one going out there choosing to have affairs with women and God knows what else. And so him and his new wife get married and have me and my wife out to dinner with them. And I asked him sincerely, I said, how's this ministry restoration going? How's your soul? How are you doing? And he looked at me and he went, what restoration, bro? Seriously? And that's when I realized there's a spirit behind all this stuff. To our shock and our dismay, not only did he say, what restoration, but he goes, I'll be back in the pulpit within a few weeks, couple months tops. No big deal. You know where the concern was at? Getting back in the pulpit. Why? Because that's where you can control the narrative. That's where you can emotionally manipulate people. We're not going to stand for it anymore.